Good evening. It is Tuesday, October 18th, 2022, and I'd like to welcome everybody tonight to the Columbus, Wisconsin City Council meeting. And our city clerk, Pat Gable, will take the roll.
Albright. Present. Sorry. Arnold.
Here.
Gray.
Present.
Motive. Present. Reed.
Here.
Volkey was still waiting for her to zoom in. And Steiner.
Here.
So we have a quorum, and if you are able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Tonight's meeting has been noticed in accordance with state statutes and local ordinances, and I'm now looking for a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
Alder Motive will make a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
Steiner will second.
So it has been moved and seconded that we approve tonight's agenda. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We do have Mr. Jeff Crayco signed up for correspondence, or I'm sorry, for correspondence to speak tonight. So Jeff, please, do you know how to turn on the mic there?
No, but I think I'm on now.
Well, we still want you. There you go.
Okay.
And would you give your name and address, please?
Jeff Crayco, N4252 Oak Grove Drive, Columbus. I'm here to talk about Purple Heart recognition. It's going to be November 11th at twilight. I met with Mayor Arnold and Administrator Ellison earlier today discussing the time and pulling in here. It'll be standard time by then, and so it'll be an hour different. We're looking at between 5:30-ish, but it'll be a month later too. I'm thinking we're hitting it right on the head. And but I'd like to close the street, the block that F&M Bank and the library are on of Dickinson. So I'll need 4 barricades, for one for each lane on each end. My only concern is the time we're doing it, 5 to 5:30, with the bank right there on a Friday night. But we discussed that we should be okay. Hopefully people get their banking done before that. And as Mr. Ellison said, most people don't get checks anymore. It's direct deposit, so it shouldn't be a problem. So I'm just asking for approval to do the street closing. And I do have kind of a ceremony set up if you want to hear it. If not, I'm okay with that too, so.
We are going to talk about it in our reports,
Okay.
but it's open to the public, and anybody
Right.
who wants to come and help honor the veterans who have received Purple Hearts is welcome. Is that correct?
Correct. We would like a big crowd there if at all possible. And as far as I've seen on correspondence with my national group, we're the only city, town, whatever in Wisconsin that's doing this. And it is a nationwide thing. So I think it's good for us.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay. We're going to move on now to the consent agenda. So I am looking for a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda.
Alder Gray moves to approve the consent agenda.
So it has been moved and seconded that we approve the consent agenda. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, we're going to move on now to new business tonight. The first item on the agenda is to consider and take action on the updated fee schedule. And for those of you who didn't know this, user fees are one of several means that Wisconsin cities can use to finance the cost of public services. And we compile a fee schedule to help fund services. We have updated it for 2022. There are only a few minor changes this year, which we have already gone over. So I am looking for a motion to approve the revised fee schedule for 2023.
Alder Gray moves to approve the revised fee schedule for 2023.
Alder Steiner will second.
Do we need to do a roll call on this? We're not spending money, we're just talking about spending money. Okay, so all those in favor, is there any discussion before we take a vote? Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. The next item under new business is to consider and take action on the 911 Joint Powers Agreement with Dodge County. Something we also talked about last time, pretty straightforward. And I'm wondering if no one has any questions on this, I'm looking for a motion to approve the 911 Joint Powers Agreement.
Reed will make a motion to approve the joint powers agreement with Dodge County for 2023.
Alder Albright will second that.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Item number 3 is to consider and take action on the Dodge County Humane Society Animal Contract for 2023. And again, this is fairly straightforward, something we discussed at our last meeting. And unless anyone has any discussion or questions about this contract, I am looking for a motion to approve.
Alder Steiner will motion to approve the stray animal contract with Dodge County for 2023.
Alder Motive will second.
Is there any discussion?
Just a point of clarification, you should probably clarify which option you're selecting for the contract.
For
That's
option
right.
1, lump sum of $1,500 covers up to 5 domestic stray animals. Animals in excess of 5 will be charged $400 for animal over 5.
Alder Motive still seconds.
And we, again, we don't really need to do a roll call on this.
Yes, we're going to be spending money, so
We will
yes.
be spending money. All right, so in that case, is there any discussion?
I'm just finishing his motion.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't hear very well. That's
It's
my
fine.
excuse.
The Humane Society must have approval before accepting an animal. It's
Okay.
all part of that.
I apologize. I got thrown a little bit there.
Get all
Okay. Okay, do we have a second to the revised?
Still seconded.
Great, that's so good to hear. Is there any discussion? Okay, now we'll do the roll call.
Gray,
Aye.
Motive,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Rolke,
Aye.
Steiner,
Aye.
Albright.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right. The next item on the agenda is to discussion and approval of the 2023 budget for publishing. And I want to be clarify here, we are not approving the budget tonight. All we are doing is approving the publishing of the budget. And so I am looking for a motion for approval of publishing the 2023 budget.
Alder Gray moves to,
approve the publishing of the 2023 budget.
Alder Gray seconds.
So it has been moved and seconded that we approve the publishing of the 2023 budget. Is there any discussion? Adam, you're, okay, that's, okay, great. No discussion, and we're just publishing, so we don't need a, okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So motion carries, and now we've gone all the way down to consider and take action on claims in the amount of $142,144.57. So I am looking for a motion for approval of the claims.
Alder Motive will make a motion to approve the payment of claims in the amount of $142,144.57. Alder Albright will second that.
So it has been moved and seconded that we approve the claims in the amount specified, and is there any discussion? We'll do a roll call on this item.
Gray,
Aye.
Motive,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Rolke,
Aye.
Steiner,
Aye.
Albright. Aye. Motion carries.
So now we are down to the last item, which is the report of city officers, and the city administrator will go first.
All right, thank you. I have a number of items tonight. First off, a thank you to those that were able to attend the budget workshop on October 11th. I think it was a good opportunity to look at the process and explain a little bit more in depth. We talked about some of the low growth we've had and the lack of residential lots, some of our significant expenses like healthcare and other employee benefits, and then also looked at the breakdown of the tax bill and also how our internal city budget gets broken down into different purposes. So I think it was useful. I hope everyone enjoyed it. But if you have more questions, please let me know. Moving to Fuller Street, the culvert has been replaced on the CDBG project. All of the concrete work has been completed as well, and asphalt paving is supposed to happen next week. Also, turf restoration is scheduled for next week, weather depending. But that project is wrapping up, and the latest Fuller will be open, according to the engineers, is October 31st. So that time is coming short now. A couple DPW items. Leaf collection has begun, so they're already doing the alternate collection weeks throughout the community. The map and the rotation schedule is available on our website, and it's important to remember to have your leaves out to the curb by 7 a.m. on Monday morning, because they could start very early, right away on Monday morning, and you never know kind of how their schedule works on what days exactly they'll be doing it. So make sure you have those out right away. Also, beginning next week, they're going to be working on the winterization process for the park bathrooms, and so by the end of next week, many of those facilities will be winterized and closed for the season. A couple of items coming up. We talked or heard just a little bit ago about Project Purple Heart and the ceremony on November 11th. That'll be right around dusk, and the details are still kind of coming together, but there's going to be an honor guard. We're hoping to have the band, and it's going to be right across from City Hall at the Civil War Memorial. There's going to be more details to come, but it would be nice to get, again, a large group of people to show their support for all the veterans and in particular the Purple Heart recipients. As we heard today, there's no specific list of all of the Purple Heart recipients in the community or across the nation, but we'd like to establish one of those, and Jeff is working on that, but this is a good kickoff to kind of bring awareness to that. So look forward to more details on that coming up. We were also recently notified that we were successful in securing one of the grants from the BIL, which is the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, which is a part of the recovery funds process, and that's for repaving Tower Drive. It's not fully awarded until we actually sign that state municipal agreement, but that should just be a formality at this point. So the construction won't be until 2024 or 2025, but it's an 80-20 split. So that's a really good thing for us, good win for the city, and that's going to be hundreds of thousands of dollars of money coming in through this grant. So that's all very good news, and that's all I have.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to remind people that council has approved the formation of the City Beautification Committee, and we are looking for 2 people who are either business owners or employees of businesses located within the city. We're looking for 2 people who are just regular old citizens of the city of Columbus, 1 member who is representative of a local civic group, 1 member who is member of the council, and then 1 member who is either the director of public works or his designee. So if you are interested in serving on this committee, if you go to the mayor's page and you click on the link on the city website, you can fill out a form which will get forwarded on to me, and then we'll go about appointing people to this committee. I attended the open house of the newly renovated Columbus Elementary School, which was Fuller Street when I was a kid, and it is just amazing. If you have a chance to see all the wonderful things they've done there, it's worth a visit. And last week, Administrator Ellefson and I met with the Superintendent Jake Flood and talked about working together, the city and the school district, and forming a positive, productive relationship. We had another meeting today with more city staff and more district staff, and I feel very good about the path that we're going down, and there will be more to report on as we continue to meet. I want to shout out to Cardinal Lanes. We went to their grand opening of their bowling alley on Sunday, and it really looks nice. Shelley was there too, did a little ribbon cutting, and very happy to have this new business in town, and I'm reading lots of positive posts about them on Facebook, and their food is supposed to be really good, so welcome to town again. And I want to remind everybody that Halloween is coming, and there's a lot going on in Columbus. I think I read off some of the different programs and things that the rec department is going to be sponsoring, starting I think on the 23rd. They're calling it Freak Week, I believe. And trick-or-treating will be Sunday, October 30th, starting at 4 o'clock, going from 4 to 7. The Chamber is also sponsoring a safe Halloween event at the firehouse. And if you want more specific information, it's always a good idea to go to the website to the City Rec Department or to the Facebook page for the City Rec Department, and you'll get more details about all the activities. The public library would like me to remind you about the 2 adult book clubs that meet both in person and at the senior center, and also through Zoom. And they ask you to register if you want to attend by Zoom, otherwise you can just show up. And they meet, the Book and Movie Club meets the second Thursday of the month at 1:30, and the afternoon book club meets the third Thursday at the senior center at 1 o'clock. Also, Kim Lang, the director of the Senior Center, wanted me to announce that there is a free conference coming up in Columbus, and it is intended to enhance learning and understanding of dementia caregiving with a particular focus on Lewy body dementia, which is the condition that comedian Robin Williams was coping with when he tragically passed away in 2014. And this conference is going to be presented by the Alzheimer's and Dementia Society of Wisconsin, by SSM Health, and the Columbus Senior Center, among others. It's going to take place on Thursday, November 10th from 8 to 4 at the Kestrel Ridge Golf Course in Columbus. It's free, and it's open to anyone who is interested in learning more about caregiving. Sounds like a very interesting program. Also, the library wanted me to announce that they are sponsoring a concert at the Senior Center this Friday night with locally grown musician Mark Croft. I think some of you are familiar with Mark. And that's going to be from 6:30 to 8 o'clock at the Senior Center. And finally, don't forget, November 8th is Election Day. Many important races on the ballot. The polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. If you vote by absentee ballot, please remember that you are no longer allowed to put your ballot in the City Hall drop box. You must bring it inside and hand it to one of the clerks during regular office hours, or you can mail it in as long as you mail it soon enough to be received by the clerk by November 8th. Please remember to vote. Voting in every election is a basic American right, and it's very important that we all do that. And that is it for me. And I think, did we set a record tonight for a short meeting? My report was pretty long, but I think the meeting itself was short. So now I am looking for a motion to adjourn.
Alder Gray moves to adjourn.
Reed will second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
All right. I have about Ben, does anybody want a break, or do you want to just muscle through to the next meeting right away, since it's fairly early?
Okay, either way.
All right. Well, good evening, everyone. I have 6:50. Today is Tuesday, October 18th. I'd like to welcome you all to the Columbus Common Council Committee of the Whole. With that, if our city clerk, Pat Cable, could take a roll call.
Albright.
Present.
Arnold.
Present.
Gray.
Present?
Moda.
Present.
Reed.
Here.
Rolke.
Present.
Steiner.
Here.
All present.
Thank you. This meeting was, of course, properly noticed. So next up on the agenda is to approve the agenda. If I have no alterations or comments, I'll take a motion.
I move to approve tonight's agenda.
Moda will second.
I have a motion from Mayor Arnold and a second from Alder Motive. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Aye. Agenda is approved. Next up is citizen comments, and once again, we have Jeff Krakow here to speak to us.
Once again, thank you for letting me speak. We have a Veterans Memorial in Fireman's Park, but it's up on a platform. There's no way for handicapped people to get up there. We have pavers up there for veterans. Some of them are deceased, some of them are just elderly and can't get around. I've had 2 people that have a paver up there, and I wrote a little ceremony to make it feel special for them. They wanted to get up there and see it. We had to lift them up. I'm looking for being able to put up a ramp, and what I guess what I officially need is your approval to do the ramp so I can start soliciting donations. I am hoping that the city and businesses will fund the whole thing. I'm just talking around, I'm quite sure I can make that happen. We do have monies in our coffers, but also Kurth Brewery, if you know of them, they sell t-shirts, and all the funds for those t-shirt sales go to that monument. Since we have taken over, which is just over a little over a year ago, we have spruced it up, we've cleaned it up, we put paver sand in between the pavers so that they don't move around so much, but we still need a way for handicapped people to get up to the top of that and see those pavers and honor their veterans. I think you all got the sheet of it, of the diagram of it. That's what we're looking at doing. I will have to get more detail to get a closer estimate of the cost. Right now, we're looking at about $10,000. But like I said, I've had cement layers and others offer labor and materials, and I'm looking for financial donations too, but we will be taking care of that ourselves. So I just want city's approval, not city's monies.
Thank you, Jeff. So to clarify tonight, you are asking to be able to fundraise for it, not for the city to pay for it, just so everyone on council understands?
Correct.
Thank you. Thank you, and I assume you'll remain for a little bit, just in case we have questions when we go through it here in a minute?
Yes, I will.
Awesome, I appreciate it, Jeff. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Was there anyone else that did get a chance to sign up that wanted to speak tonight? All right, seeing none. Moving right along, in your packets, you will find reports from the DPW, the fire station, the library, Lifestar, the police department, the treasurer, and the wastewater treatment facility. Anybody have any questions or concerns on any of those? All right, perfect. Then moving on to item number 7 is to the discussion and recommendation for special assessment resolution for Folsom. Let's see.
Did you skip 6?
Oh, I'm sorry, I did. It was too close to number 5. All right. Discussion regarding the request to fundraise for handicap accessible ramps for the memorial in Fireman's Park. Thank you. So as Jeff just mentioned earlier, he's looking to be able to make it handicap accessible. Really what is before us tonight is the decision on, of course, allowing the structure to be there to make it handicap accessible and allowing for him to fundraise to accept it. He's not requesting any funds from the city at this time. I'm assuming everyone is in favor? Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Oh, no, I'm in favor of it. I'm just wondering what kind of materials he's thinking about.
Jeff, do you know what kind of materials at this point, or is it?
We're looking at a concrete ramp. It should be safe, and there will be rails along it too, so nobody falls off.
It sounds good.
Thank you. Thank you, Alder Reed. Any other questions, or is everyone okay moving this forward to the next regular meeting? Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much for coming today, Jeff, and thank you very much for spearheading the project. Then next up is item number 7, to discuss the special assessment resolution for Folsom Street. It's pretty straightforward. So this is basically allowing us to go out and start the process for special assessments so that we can then come back and approve said assessments once they happen. So there's not specific assessments of what they will be. This will outline the types of assessments and what we would be asking for and what they would be paying for to be done, but no specific assessments at this time. So any questions or comments? Is everyone okay moving this forward to the next regular agenda? All right, perfect. Then next up is item number 8, the discussion and recommendation for the joint municipal court and updated documents. So again, fairly straightforward. Hopefully this will get to them in time so that it wouldn't be fully approved that we'd be part of the court right away by November, but then they could basically start planning their budget as if we will be a part of the court in 2023. So it'd be greatly helpful for them if we move forward with this in a very timely fashion, of course. I mean, Kyle is much more well-versed on this if anyone has any questions or anything for Kyle. Is everyone okay moving this forward to the next regular agenda? Yeah. Perfect. I appreciate that because I think that is definitely the best case scenario. Then next up is item number 9, discussion and recommendation for a special charge for garbage and recycling. Although this is part of the fee schedule, we do have to approve this separately. It does have to be a motion from council. So is everyone okay moving this forward to the next regular meeting to be approved by council? No questions or alterations? Perfect. You guys are making both of our jobs way too easy today. Then, next up is to convene to close session per 19.851C to consider employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, discuss outside employment request of the city administrator.
Alder Motif will make a motion to move to closed session as per 19.851C.
I'll second.
I have a motion from Alder Motif and a second from Mayor Arnold. If you would take a roll call for us, please, Pat.
Arnold?
Yes.
Gray?
Aye.
Motif?
Aye.
Reed? Rolke?
Aye.
Steiner?
Aye.
Albright?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. We will not be coming back to the air to take further action tonight, so I'd like to thank everyone for attending, and to all those watching at home, have a great night.